starts now.
We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. My film, Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, covers their eugenics master plan. You're hearing Dr. Blaylock, the famous brain surgeon, researcher, neurologist, here telling you the same information. There is nothing more important than this info. We're going to get him on for a long interview in the next 2 weeks. Really honored to have him on with us. The website is BlaylockReport.com, BLAYLOCK report.com. A lot of friends and family won't listen to you or me or when we give them medical reports or when you give them German news and British news about how it's killing people and full of cancer viruses. But if they see a YouTube video of this interview or you send them one of his books or articles or materials from BlaylockReport.com, you may save a life. You know, I was talking to a friend the other day about, he told this guy, you know, don't give your kid those shots, third round of shots. His son's brain damage now, doesn't talk. This is a holocaust. It's by design. We got 3.5 minutes left, Dr. Blaylock. In closing, they're talking about martial law, forced inoculations. The Governors Association has sent a letter saying we don't want to be under DOD control. They're announcing 400,000 troops to now occupy. That's the Hill newspaper, NAP. And then, as you said, the cancer viruses, all the other areas. I mean, this is insane. Your comments on that?
Well, yeah. I mean, according to the World Health Organization, we come under IHR 2500, which says that they have the legal right to control the response to public health emergencies in the United States of America. So we are signatories to that, and therefore they have the right to carry out any measures they want and to recommend to our government what measures need to be taken on a state level. Well, all the plans have been worked out, as you say. They're using the excuse of the troops and the response of the military as to control riots of people who want to get the vaccine, which I thought was rather humorous, rather than being the other way around, as people who don't want to get it.
Well said.
And
what about the cancer virus angle? Go ahead.
Well, yeah, there's Dr. Martin, who is a virologist and does a lot of research in this area, and he's discovered what is stealth viruses, which is now a lot of research around the world on stealth viruses. But these are viruses that are not picked up by routine testing. It takes very meticulous testing to demonstrate it. But these vaccines are filled with stealth viruses that can produce brain disorders decades after you've been injected, or cancer. There's cancer-causing viruses that are known inside of these vaccines. Many of these viruses aren't even tested for, and they allow Novartis, the main vaccine people, to be the ones who's going to determine how it's tested. They're not even tested by outside agencies. So there's a great deal of danger involved here.
Do you think the establishment's going to get away with this? I mean, as you said earlier, it looks like people everywhere are waking up, but these eugenicists are just so bold.
Well, they are, but, you know, with these town hall meetings, they've seen how the public can react against these things, and I think it'll take a reaction like that to bring this to a halt. Once people understand that the vaccine is the big danger, not the flu.
Well, Congressman Brown, Congressman Paul, former Congressman Dick Armey are all saying in major newspapers that they may use this for martial law. So it's not just Dr. Russell Blaylock or Alex Jones or, you know, us saying this from the wilderness. The good news is people are waking up. So maybe this push to make us take shots is an attempt to really try to force us to go along with what they're doing and try to put the genie back in the bottle. But I don't think that's going to happen. Dr. Blaylock, thank you so much for spending time with us. It's BlaylockReport.com. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, and God bless you.
You bet. We'll have him back in 2 weeks. Texe Marrs, straight ahead. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. He is a #1 national Christian bestseller. He's also had his books on the New York Times bestseller list. You know, Air Force officer, professor of space and aeronautics and military science. He's also a pastor. We carry a lot of his books and videos and materials at Infowars.com. He's with us for the next 30, 40 minutes or so. Then I'm going to finish up on a bunch of news and video clips I haven't gotten to yet. I wanted to get Texe on short notice, and I appreciate him doing it, because we've covered how Tony Blair, according to major British newspapers, is possessed by the spirit of the light and falls on the ground every morning. And Sherry Blair, his wife, is a witch, and they go to Aztec rituals and different rituals, and Francois Mitterrand paid to have the 666 pieces of gold glass at the pyramid at the Louvre in Paris. And Texas has this big book. Well, he has two big books, Codex Magica, and then he has these mysterious monuments, big textbook size books that we carry that we've covered. In fact, grab me one of those. I forgot to do it. It's just filled with politicians and sports teams, owners and bankers, admittedly building occult palaces, admittedly being into the occult. Ronald Reagan into the occult, wouldn't make a decision unless his astrologer said, gave speeches to the minute according to astrology. Hillary Clinton doing seances with Mrs. Roosevelt, having shaman, Bohemian Grove in the occultism, Skull and Bones in the occultism. It just comes out, Obama and all these weird shaman charms in his pocket. And then it comes out, witchcraft in the White House, town hall, with sources and documents and books coming out about it. And then we have an article, Voodoo in the White House, that goes into more detail. We're about to go to break, but I wanted to go to Texe right now. Texe, I mean, everybody's freaking out about this, but isn't this par for the course?
Hey, Alex, great to be with you again. Yes, it is par for the course. Of course, during the Clinton White House, you mentioned Hillary Rodham Clinton, who went on top of the roof and actually invoked the spirits of the sky to come in to the White House. She was up there with a New Age shaman witch named Jean Houston, and who was her guru. And, Hillary also spoke by her own admission to both the spirit of Mahatma Gandhi and to Eleanor Roosevelt. But now the Obamas, it's very hard to find direct connection with Barack. His wife has a little bit of this from her mother, but I'll tell you, I just finished a new video about Obama myself, and that'll be out September 1st, called Rothschild's Choice. And I was able to find some amazing things, and maybe when we come back, I'll be glad to reveal these African tribal religion, and then, about this group Code Pink, which is supposedly an anti-war group, but it turns out it's really a witchcraft, a Wicca group that's a big supporter of Obama. And in fact, they actually held a witchcraft ritual to, get this, Alex, to cleanse the White House of bad spirits and omens on the last day of George Bush in office. So, when you use witches to have a ritual to cleanse the White House, well, I wonder who they actually invited in to the White House. So, but that was Code Pink, a very interesting group that is known supposedly for being its anti-war activity, but in fact, it seems like they're being very quiet, almost mute about Obama's intensification of the war.
Texe Marrs, stay with us. You're an expert in the occult and in these societies, one of the leading experts out there. In fact, he's in our film, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. I made a new film called The Order of Death. They're both on the same DVD. And I'll tell you why I bring that up when we come back. Hello,